Transverse pulse. For us to understand a transverse pulse, we first need to understand what is a pulse. So a pulse is a single disturbance that can travel through a medium. Let's say, for example, we have a rope. So if we start to disturb this rope, we just shake it up, we make one disturbance. What is going to happen is that this rope here is going to form what we call a pulse. But now this pulse, it will go up here, and then it will travel through the entire rope. So as it goes up here, it will go down again, and then it will start to go up on this part of the rope, and moving on like that up until the length of the rope is completed. So that is what is called a pulse. So this pulse, it forms something like this. And this is what moves through the entire rope. So it starts here, moving like that, it goes down, and it starts to move on the finishing part up until the rope is finished. So the distance from the starting of the pulse to the finishing of the pulse, that is called the length of the pulse. And the distance from the original position of the pulse to the maximum point is called the amplitude of the pulse. So that is what we call a pulse. So now, when we talk about a transverse pulse is the very same pulse, but now we start to define the movement of the particles of this pulse. So a transverse pulse is a pulse through which the particles of the material move perpendicular to the direction of the pulse. So remember, if we said we have a rope, the pulse is going to travel through the entire rope. But now it's just going to go up and return, go up and return up until it completes the rope. So when we start to visualize this from the particles of the material, so let's say now this rope consists of the following particles. So what will happen is that when we disturb this rope, the particles will start to move up and they will go down, and then the other ones will start to move up and they will go down up until we finish the length of the rope. Do you see now this pulse here? It will be moving to the right. But now the particles of the material, they are moving up and down so that they can form that pulse that is moving through the entire rope. So the movement of the particles are up and down. So you see now up and down is perpendicular to the right. So that is why we say now a transverse pulse is a pulse through which the particles of the medium moves perpendicular to the direction of the pulse. So this is the introduction of pulse. In the next video, we will start to discuss how can we add and subtract two pulse. Thank you very much.